Good afternoon, I'm Chris Turley. Welcome again to our blog. Hey, today we're continuing our series about the important steps in the process of buying a home. We've had a stager, we've had a landscaper to talk about what they bring to the table in the process. Today we have the really important process of the home inspection, and to talk about that we've got Tom Wilson from Resident Experts with us today. And when people buy a car, for example, especially if it's a pre-owned car, they're going to have it checked over by a mechanic before they make that large investment. Well, buying a home is a huge investment, so you certainly want to know everything you can know about that before you drive it off the lot. So today we're going to have Tom talk to us a little bit about that. Tom, can you please explain what a qualified home inspector is in the state of PA and what qualifications set you apart from other home inspectors?
Sure, Chris. As you stated, buying a home is probably the most expensive purchase we are going to make in our lifetime. So it's very important to enter that transaction as knowledgeable as you can about the property you're interested in. Certified home inspector in Pennsylvania requires expertise in many systems found in a home. We have to take a national home inspector test. You have to belong to a national organization such as ASHI, which I belong to. We have to do, in order to be a certified home inspector, 250 fee-paid inspections just to get to that level. We have to follow the standards of practice in ASHI, which is quite extensive. So it is somewhat of a challenge, but we have to be very knowledgeable in every system in the house.
Okay, so you can't just be simply a jack of all trades. You got to be a really good jack of all trades. You got to know your stuff.
Yes, sir. You have to know quite a bit about each system.
What are some of the common problems that you run into in a home inspection that just kind of stand out and people find more commonly?
A lot of the things we find that the normal home buyer wouldn't be privy to would be problems inside the electrical panel. We pull the panel cover off, and there's many times there are 2 to 3 circuits being fed by one circuit breaker. It could be a problem. You could overload the systems. You can damage the circuit breaker itself. It won't trip when it needs to be tripped. Scorch the wires. It can be a real fire hazard. We climb on a roof. We look at the top of the chimney, which most people, you can't see it from the bottom, from downstairs. And cracks in the chimney cap will create problems with the chimney itself. Water gets down into the bricks.
Sure.
Causes further cracking. Flashing around the chimney could cause leaks. And those are things you can't see from the ground. So as long as the roof is safe to climb on, it's not too steep, too high, we'll get up there and walk around and take a real close look.
Okay, all right, terrific. You know, one of the things that I've appreciated about the process, because that's not my area of expertise, I feel that when my buyer clients actually are, especially if they're at the home inspection with you or get a chance to review it with you afterwards if they can't be there, they actually get an education about the home. So instead of just finding out what might be wrong with the property that needs to be addressed or taken into account in the purchase, they actually become educated about the house in a way that maybe the homeowner couldn't have educated them just because of your knowledge base. Absolutely.
It's important to be there during your inspection. Typical inspection takes about 2 hours. We locate all the shut-off valves, all the controls. I show them how to operate the dishwasher, the stove, the various things that are in the house that you need to be knowledgeable about. So you can pick up a lot during the inspection itself.
Great. Well, I want to thank Tom for taking his time today to talk about this extremely important part of the home buying process. And I want to thank you for joining us again for our blog today, and look forward to seeing you next time. Again, I'm Chris Turley, and you can drop me an email at christurleykbb@comcast.net, or just give me a call on my cell phone, 814-880-2308. Thanks so much.